Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 2011 BlizzCon Invitational Losers Bracket Finals. The winner of this will go on to face IMNesTea in the Grand Finals. We have a TVZ here on Antigua Shipyard, and spawning as the Blue Terran in the 9 o'clock position here, we have Incredible Miracles MVP, and his opponent, spawning as the Red Zerg, is the Taiwanese player Gamma Bear's Sin. Now, MVP does play a fairly distinct style of TVZ. He pretty much always goes with a Reactor Hellion opening into a Marine tank push. We'll have to see if he utilizes it here versus Sin. Didn't really get to utilize it that much versus IMNesTea in his series in the Winners Bracket Finals, but we'll see if he wants to break it out here. And Sin, meanwhile, did just knock off Naniwa for the rights to face MVP, and he looked very, very talented and very good in that series, playing very well. But we'll see what he wants to do, if he wants to play an economic style, or if he's going to try to do those roach rushes that he does like to do. And we are just going to see a standard 12 racks here, no gas first for MVP, no crazy shenanigans like that. But MVP is pretty much doubted as one of, he's pretty much the best player in the world. I was going to say the best Terran player in the world, but he has been beating IMNesTea a lot lately, and those two are clearly a level above everyone else, so they are the two best players in the world, and I believe MVP is just playing better right now, so I would say MVP is probably the best player in the world. But Sin is no slouch. Sin is an excellent player. He has very good macro. He's everywhere at once too. His incredibly high multitasking skill. And it looks like we are going to be seeing an interesting build here from Sin. He actually went with a 15 hatch, and then he went up to a bunch of drones, and then he's getting a gas, and now he's going to get a spawning pool. So that's actually an extremely economic build. Sin definitely playing for the late game here. But Sin is now in MVP's base, and MVP does look like, with the gas timing and all that, with that first 100 gas, he's probably going to throw it in a factory, and he's just going to go for some Reactor Hellions. This Overlord should get out alive. It should be able to get over here and not get shot down by MVP's Marine. But MVP now, that SCV just coming up here, sees the hatchery, so knows no wonky roach timing is coming. Sees the spawning pool is not even close to done. He can really tell that by the health bar there. That it was only about 2/3 of the way done when he walked in, so he might actually be looking for some pretty early aggression here, meaning that he knows Sin is going to be incredibly late with the Lings. But yeah, and he does throw down that factory right now. And there goes the reactor, so we are going to see those Reactor Hellions coming out of MVP. What he likes to do is he will save up 400 minerals pretty quickly here, pretty soon rather, and then he will throw down a command center, and then after that he will switch over, probably make around 4 Hellions, and then he will switch it back, make 2 more barracks, and then he will go into Marine tank, and he likes to push with that and sieges up the tanks, and really just causes a lot of problems for the Zerg player. And there goes that command center down. Speed is now started for Sin. Sin getting queen up there, getting both queens up at roughly the same time. With that spawning pool being so late, the queens were a little bit delayed. Let's see if he wants to get another queen for that creep spread, but the first 2 Hellions are just now coming out for MVP. Speed only about halfway done, so, and there goes down a roach warren for Sin, so smart play there by Sin. He does not see the factory, but he's probably seen enough of MVP's games at this point that he knows the Reactor Hellions are coming, and it's just such a popular build in TVZ. But there's 4 Hellions now, and it looks like, yeah, those will be the 4 Hellions there. And then after that he will probably switch back over and then go into Marine tank. Speed just about to finish up for Sin. Tinling's about to pop as well, and the Roach Warren coming up here. So we could... These Hellions should be shut down pretty quickly. The Queen doing some good job there, doing a good job pushing out those Hellions. Hellions not exactly the greatest versus Queens, but they can be microed quite well against them. This Overlord looks like it's going on its suicide run right now. There is the switch over, but those two Marines... Okay, so the Overlord, it saw the command center, and that's really what it wanted to see. Just knows no crazy one base is coming. Speed is finished up now. 2 Roaches on the way for Sin. First tank on the way for MVP. Siege mode not quite on the way yet, but as soon as he really... Well, he MVP probably has it timed out to a point where it's completely optimal, but we should now see a couple more barracks being thrown down pretty soon here for MVP, and he'll get a tech lab on one of them, get some stem started, maybe combat shield. We'll have to see, but yes, there are the 2 more barracks. This is definitely just the standard MVP TVZ. We'll have to see if Sin can defend it. Good amount of roaches out. He's got 7 roaches out now with 2 more on the way. He does have 9 roaches out right now, and they will be able to kind of stave off those Hellions a little bit. But we'll see if MVP can regain the map control here from Sin. That natural for MVP is just about to land right now. It has landed, morphed it before, very smart. Siege mode on the way. Now he should be kind of starting to press out here a little bit, but these Hellions, one Hellion getting extremely low, and these roaches are going to come knocking on the door of MVP. Those are a lot of roaches there. This could be quite good for Sin, actually. MVP is going to have a little bit of trouble here. He is getting behind that wall. He is positioning the tanks so they can do a lot of damage. He does lift the command center so the command center can't get hit. And who needs siege mode? These tanks are still going to do a lot of damage. Unsiege tank DPS is still quite high. And the tank is going to move backwards. Actually, the Marines, excellent there. And can't hit that. Going to repair that first life. And can MVP break it? It doesn't look like he'll be able to break it. It does look like those SCVs were able to repair it. And he does push back the roaches of Sin. But these Hellions, too, did delay and are delaying a lot of the Ling reinforcements from Sin. So very good job there from MVP, as usual. The Ling's going to stay here and make sure that Orbital can't land, but the Roaches, it looks like, will retreat home to try to stop those Hellions from running in. But siege mode is done for MVP. Is 3 tanks out, 4th on the way, lots of Marines on the way. These 2 barracks are done, and MVP will be coming with the counter push here. And it's a very, very powerful counter push as well. It's 4 tanks with siege mode. He'll be able to leapfrog them up near the base, and he will be able to contain Sin to 2 bases for a long, long time. It looks like the macro hatch is now coming down for Sin, as well as an Evo chamber. But Sin will be not in a very good position. Oh, these roaches could actually get caught out of position here. If he can... Oh, okay, it does look like they won't be caught out of position too badly, but... Oh, well... This might not be the best position for those roaches. 2 roaches breaking off, and that's just a free 2 roaches there. He does get 1 Hellion, but those roaches, Sin's gonna need every single roach. But just go ahead and losing 1, losing 2 now, and MVP is gonna be able to sit outside this base here and just siege up and just pound away at Sin's base. And that siege tank is covering this siege tank, and this siege tank should be able to cover for this siege tank to move up a little bit. But no, he's actually just going to put it right there, and all of this area is now covered. If we look at the spread on MVP's tanks, yeah, he can hit almost anything in here. This tank will now come up and get sieged, and oh, Sin is going to look like he's going to push in here. He's going to try to push in, but those siege tanks doing so much damage, killing absolutely everything from Sin. And the Marines are just going to push in now, do some damage, try to pull anything back into the siege tank fire. Sin is looking to be in a lot of trouble here. And yes, he's going to start leapfrogging the tanks up. He's going to use the cover of these siege tanks to be able to move some siege tanks forward a little bit closer. That Roach Warren now within range of a couple tanks. That Roach Warren will go down very quickly. And Sin is looking to be in a lot of trouble here. He's going to need to pull off a miracle defense to fend off MVP. MVP, however, is looking quite good. Stim pack has now started. Tank just finished up. Another one on the way. He's just constantly producing tanks and Marines off of this. He's mining. He's almost fully saturated here at this base. So this is, and oh, he is going to try to run in now. He is trying to run in, pulling some drones. A lot of lings, all the queens are there, and GG, well played there from Sin, as MVP's push is just so good. MVP looking like the best pro in the world there. Good try there from Sin, but MVP does take the first game of the series, pushes the series to 1-0. To be honest though, MVP is playing extremely well, and I really don't see him losing this series, but we'll have to see if Sin can come back and push it to a game 3, or if MVP is just going to go ahead and take the series. But join me for game 2 when we come back. As always, leave a like rating if you liked it, leave a comment, let me know what's up with the casting, whether you like it, whether you hate it, and all that kind of business. So okay guys, I'll see you next time.